It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway from Houston. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Oh, no.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Let's get it.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll set up a throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. From the 5-yard line, will this opening drive yield 6? This is 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. And this one is right through. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position #1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now this throw caught left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. These two teams all tied after one. Dublin with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Down to about the 22 here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd down and goal now. And this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. That will bring up 4th down and an 11-yard loss to boot.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Houston set to take over. And this game, CD, some are calling it the game of the year. Others are saying, hey, this is the Super Bowl preview. As we speak, these are the top seeds in each conference. How do you think these two teams approach this one internally?
And I think that we both subscribe to the theory that it is the game of the year so far, and it could be a Super Bowl preview. I know outwardly both teams are going to tell us, hey, it's 1 of 16. We're going to do what we do. Let's just go ahead and play our game. But I think we both know that internally,
They're saying we've got to establish we're the team to beat in case we see them again.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And his kick is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off around the 37, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in, because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
And some room to work. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And these two hooked up on a nice game to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll look to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him. Complete. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll look to throw again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Oilers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. With only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. where it was the Cowboys who get the win at home. The Cowboys had too much talent to finish the way they did, as a Week 17 victory can only get them to 6-10 with one game to go. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. The Steelers knew a victory was necessary to have any shot, and they got it, as they get it to 9-7 with 1 week to go. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs had too much talent to finish where they did, as a Week 17 victory could only up their final mark to 6-10 on the year. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for our home team, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So they bring out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And to give this time to the tailback. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
60 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 and the 4. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down.
Back to throw again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Oilers are able to stretch out their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Dublin's offense now set to take over.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The open man is Westbrook. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter
But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now back to throw. That is caught. Westbrook's got it. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there on third down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. Yes. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Antlers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back now here on EA Sports, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And they'll send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Right back to him on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 12.
He'll drop to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Houston's offense taking over again.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Oilers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And touchdown. A big play there. 87 yards.
And the Antlers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown!
This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have a
That's right.
defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that will make this a 4-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The situation for him offensively as follows. down by 4. And time, a huge factor. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now this throw caught left side. Fighting his way through contact. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Oilers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So now the story changes. Trailing by a field goal. 2:10 on the clock. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Back to throw.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That escapes the sack. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. He'll look to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Okay, buddy, I see you.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Take it in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Dublin's offense now set to take over. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They go play action here on first down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And fights through one man. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little game. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Houston set to take over.
Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. The penalty flag had to come out.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because Both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the home team here,
they continue to show they're playoff ready as they move to 13-3 with 1 game remaining.